Hi, I am Fawad, and in this video I will guide you step by step about how to write a Matlab program. Initially, I will tell you the information about all the gadgets when you open the Matlab program. When you open the Matlab program, you will find these windows. The first thing which appears is the icon of Matlab with its version. Like this is 2018 version A. Matlab release two versions every year. This is the 2018 version, first release. A mean first release. In January they released the first release, which is A, and in July they released the second version in the same year, which will be Matlab R 2018B. This is 2018 A version, and within each version new packages and libraries are updated and new functions are added in that, and some new toolbox are updated and added by the developer. Here you will find your name. My name is Fawad, and you will find your name. During installation, when you install this setup, they will ask you if you have to download some add-on package. Then you will have to create a login, and you will have to create an account, and the name of that account will be shown over here. So currently I am logged into the Matlab. So this is my email and this is my name. There is a home tab over here, then there is a plot, and then there is an apps. But when open an M file, you will find some more tabs. Like suppose when I click on this, you will find some more tabs over here. But before that, I will tell you that what this window is about. This is the current folder window. If I have a Matlab code and which is present in some folder, in some drive in my computer, then that folder should be open in this current folder section. If it is not open, then it will give me an error. Matlab will give me an error. So we will have to keep in mind that whenever we run some code, any pre-existing code which we want to run, the folder which contain that code should be open over here. For example, on my desktop there are many codes, but I am going to show you some example that suppose this is a code and this is the complete path of that code. If I have to run that code, then I will have to create a path up to that code. So in the current folder you can see that the same folder is open. Now if I run any one of the code, the Matlab will not be giving me any error. Suppose I am going to open a script. This is the script and I am going to open it. This is the Matlab code which I have opened. This is the pre-existing code. If I run this code, then the Matlab had not given me any error. So there are many other M files. There are many other Matlab scripts. I can run any one. For example, I am going to run this one. So the Matlab is not giving me any error. So when you have to run a Matlab code, a pre-existing code, then the path of the current folder should be the same where the code exists. So this should be kept in mind. Now this is the workspace. What is meant by the workspace? I will tell you in detail, but before that I have opened a script. This is an option of addition sign. When I click on this, a new script get opened over here like this. Now I'm going to close that. These are untitled scripts. They are not being saved anywhere, but they are just open over here. This is the pre-existing code. I'm going to close it, and when I close it there is no other tab. But when I open a script, I can open it from here, or either I can press the Control N, which is the shortcut. Now the script is open, and now you can see that there are 3 more tabs. Now this script which I have opened from here, this is the script in which I can create a demo M file or a function M file. So I can create M files over here, which will be the Matlab files, which will be the Matlab code, like the pre-existing code which is over here with some complex name. So this is the area where I will have to write the code. There is another option of live script. When I click on this, you will see the live script window will open, which will be a bit different from this one. This is the live script window. The title of this window is Matlab untitled. Whatever is the number, it depends upon how many windows I have opened, and the name of this is untitled.mlx. MLX is the extension of the live script. This is the live editor. Whatever you are going to write over here, the result will be shown over here at this place. This is the live script. Before going into the detail of live script, I will tell you that how you can create code in Matlab. Okay, this is the area where I will have to write the code. If I have any pre-existing code, I can open it from here. There is another option of function. This is the pre-existing template for creating a function. This text should include the name of the function. These are the input arguments, these are the output arguments, and the main architecture or algorithm, the syntax instructions of the function will be included over here. Okay, now the third one is live function. If you have to create a live function, then you will have to click on this option. Then there are classes and objects. There is another option, this one is to clear the window of the command. After that, when you create the code, you will have to publish it, and you can write the code in the shape of a PDF, in the shape of latex code, or in the shape of a Word file. And these are the views. Like if I have to change a few options, like I'm going to increase the font. Clear all. I'm going to clear the command window, and now the font size will be a little larger. So now what is the workspace? Suppose I am going to create a program. I am writing that clear all. This is the first statement of the code. So I will go to the editor and will save the script. I am going to save the script on the desktop, and there is a folder, Matlab code. This is a folder on the desktop. I am going to save this Matlab function, Matlab script in this folder. So there are a few rules that you should keep in mind, that you cannot create the name of the script, or you cannot save the script with a name which start with a digit, like for example 4, 1, 2, 3 or 0 or whatever. So if I write a digit over there and I save it, it will give me an error that this is wrong name. So if I write some name like Matlab space code, so there should neither be a space nor there should be any number at the initial of the name. So if I write Matlab underscore code, then it doesn't give me an error. So I have saved the code, and now you can see that there has been a line number which had appeared over here. So the clear all, close all, and CLC, these are 3 line of codes. I am going to save it, and if I run this code, nothing will happen, but the command window has been cleared by this CLC. Suppose if I write anything over here, you can see if I write CLC, so it will clear the screen of the command window. Command window screen is clear. So I am going to write at the initial, at the start of each code, the CLC line, so that all the garbage or whatever the calculation or instructions are there in the command window, that should get clear initially. And this line is to clear the workspace. For example, I have created a variable g is equal to 0 and m is equal to 5. These are 2 variables that are present in there in the workspace. These are the pre-existing variable which I have created before writing the code. So when I click on this variable, you can see that it has 2 field, the name and the value field, and there is another field which will show the data type. For example, if I click on this G, you can see that this is an Excel sheet appear, and it show me that the G contain a value which is 0, and the data type of this variable G is double. If I write over here that if I click on M, then you can see that 1 cross 1 double variable had appeared, and it show that the M contain a variable value 5. So I used to write the clear command at the initial, so that when I run the code, the workspace might get clear. And another command which is close all. The close all, for example, I have a figure window, so this figure window will get closed when I run the code. This window will get closed due to this close all command. So all the figures and all the variable in the workspace and all the calculation in the command window will get clear with these 3 lines. Now I'm going to write a code, and this is my initial code, the first code. So I'm going to write a comment over here. When I write a single %, it tell me that you have to write the comments like this is my first Matlab code or program. But if I write 2 %, it will create a breakpoint. It has created a breakpoint that this section of the code contain comments and the other section contain the code. I can create another section as well. So the first section is just the name of the code. The other section contain the initial commands which are going to clear the command window. this one, clear the workspace and clear the figure window. These three, clear the workspace, clear the figure window, and clear the command space. After that, I am going to write some more things over there. These are the initials to clear the garbage before code git execute. After that, I'm going to your code start from here. I'm going to create a code which will display something in the command window. So it will take some input values from the user, and if the value of that input is suppose if it is 1, then it will display something in the command window. If the value of the input is 0, it will not display anything in the command window. So initially I am going to create a variable. This is the variable. The name of the variable is d. I don't have to write the data type at the initial, like integer or anything. I don't have to write it. I just have to write the variable name and then an equal sign, and I am going to write the 0 over here. Now this is a variable which if I run the code, you will see a variable in the workspace has appeared, and the value of that variable is 0. Now I'm going to write another command to input from the user, input the value of d. If I run the code, now it is asking me that you have to enter the value of d. Suppose if I write it over here 1, then you can see that the value of d had updated to 1. Now I'm going to write an instruction. Now you can see that after the variable d, there appear a red line, a small red line, and if I put the cursor over here, you can see the value assigned to variable b has not been used anywhere. So when I use this variable value somewhere in the code, then this red line will disappear. Over here you can see that below the sign equals, there is another error, the warning sign, which tell me that the terminate statement with semicolon to suppress the output within the script. So I have not put the semicolon sign, so it gives me error. Now when I have put the semicolon sign, the red line below the equal sign had disappeared. Now I have to write a condition. This is the condition that if the value of d equals to the, I have to write the two equal sign for the purpose of comparison. If the value of d equals to 1, then what will happen? If the value of d is not equal to 1, then what will happen? So this is the conditional statement of if, and these are two spaces. If the condition is true, then this portion of the code will get executed. If the condition is false, then if the condition is not true, if the condition is true, then this portion of the code will execute. I am going to write code for that. I'm going to write display the condition is true. and if the condition is not true, if I run the code, it is going to ask me that write the value of d. If I write over here the 1, then it tells me the condition is true. Now if I write 0, the condition is not true. If I write any other value, then it will tell me the condition is not true. So this portion of code will only execute if the value of d is 1. Now I am going to change this condition. If the value of d is greater than or equal to 0, then this section of the code should execute, otherwise it should not execute. If it is greater than 10 or greater than or equal to 10. Now if I write the set of code like 5, so the condition is not true, had been executed. If I write 33, the condition is true. So now I can change it, the value of d is greater than 10. Greater than or equal to 10. The value of d is less than 10. Now if I write a code, so the value of d is less than 10. The value of d is greater than or equal to 10. So this is the very initial program. For example, if I can create a for loop for I equals to 1 to d. Disp x now you can see that this is a for loop. The for loop will execute unless the limit of the loop get reached. The limit of the value depends upon the variable value d, and the user will have to input the value of d. If I write it 5, then you can see that the value of I which has been displayed initially in the first iteration is 1, in the second iteration it is 2, third iteration 3, fourth 4, and in the fifth iteration it is 5, and there is another sixth iteration in which the value of I is 6, because this is the for loop. The for loop will get executed until and unless the condition is true. The condition that I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, I is equal to d, I is equal to d. So the value of d is since 6, so it has been executed for 6 time. If I write it 3, then you can see that the value of I had started from 1 to 3, and all the values have been displayed within each iteration. In Matlab code, there is another option that if you don't understand any code, then you can write a bubble sign. If you press this line, there will be a bubble sign appear, and through this way you will have to run the code line by line. If I run this code, then there is another option, step. Now the code had not executed even this line of code, which is the third line of the code. If I write the step, then the first line of code had executed, and you can see the workspace is clear now, and there is no figure window, so nothing had happened. And now if you look into the fifth line of code, when I get execute, this command window will get clear. The command window is clear now. Now line number 7 will get executed and the value of d is 0. Line number 8 has been executed and it is asking me for the value of d. Suppose I am going to put 2 over here. Now this line of code has to execute. So the first iteration had started Initially the value of I is 1, so it will display the value of I, which is 1. Now in the second iteration the value of I is 2, and in the 10th line when executed the value of I has been displayed as 2. So now the code had stopped. Now we can remove the bubble sign. Wherever I put the bubble sign, from that section of the code, from that line of the code will start executing step by step. For example, the code has been executed from line number 1 to line number 7 in just one flow, but after line number 8 it will execute step by step. Now I have to stop the debugging section, and I have to remove the bubble sign, and you can see that this code has been stored in this section, which is the current folder, and the name of this folder is Matlab code and present in the desktop. And when you execute any code, another file which is the ASV file, it will appear within the same folder, so you don't have to worry about it. It is automatically saved because of the editor, so it has no effect on your code. So it will not get executed. If you put it anywhere, it doesn't get executed. It is just an ASV file. You can put it over here. This is an ASV file and it will display the code. So I'm going to close this. Now I'm going to clear all, close all, and CLC. So this is the tutorial which had been started from the how to write a Matlab program. I will create more videos and I will make you an expert in Matlab programming. I used to explain in detail, in a very complete detail. So if you follow my videos, then I hope that after completing this course of 30 days you will become a great expert in Matlab programming, and there will be nothing hidden. You will be able to learn to write a complex set of code, a very complex set of code, and you will be able to run how to debug the code. You will know each and everything present in the every package present in the Matlab. I will tell you each and everything step by step. So follow my videos and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.